One of you wants to talk about any one of you want to talk about open item management? Any idea you are having? Okay, otherwise I'll begin. See, open item management is the basic purpose of it that if there is any item which has to be settled in future, so in SAP we maintain it under open item management. Advantage of maintaining those items under open item management is that in a future date I can clear it, and when my ledger balance becomes zero, that entry comes into my open item rather cleared item rather than open item, and it is very easy for me to do the reconciliation. And by default, open item management is there for all vendors and all customers. You don't have to enable it. It is there by default in the SAP design. So all my vendors, all my customers are by design, they are maintained on open item management. And there are certain GL accounts also for which we do the settlement in future. And those GL accounts are also maintained on open item management, but it is our choice that we can maintain those accounts on open item or we may not. It's our choice. But as a good practice, any accounts for which we have to do a settlement at a future date, those accounts we maintain under open item management. So certain examples of accounts I can tell you. So one, the most commonly used, and again in all your interviews questions are asked on it, is the GRIR clearing account. GRIR clearing account is something when we receive goods or services, then one entry goes in the GRIR clearing. So the GRIR clearing account gets credited. And when the supplier invoice is processed, then the GRIR clearing account is debited. And then what happens? Like any entity, it receives many items, goods and services during a day, during a month, and it accumulates a lot of open items in the system, right? And unless we do a clearing on a regular basis, if suppose thousands of items are coming every day and thousands of invoices are also processed every day, and then out of those 1,000 items, maybe we have processed 800 invoices, 200 invoices are still pending, and we want to know that which are those 200 invoices which are pending. Unless we maintain that account on an open item basis, it is very difficult to reconcile. And moving on, you will see that after 1 year, after 2 years, people accumulate thousands and lakhs of line items without any relevance. So balances are zero. But because they have not done the clearing of open item, account amounts get accumulated, and lakhs and lakhs of open item get accumulated. Now this has one problem which happens is that it is difficult to reconcile. The second problem which comes, that see, this is not a SAP good practice, keeping so many open items in your account, where else you can settle those items. So when you are doing any data archiving, at that time there is a problem, because unless the item is cleared, you cannot archive it. So archiving helps you to reduce your system database capacity. And if you want to do the archiving, then item must be cleared. And when the any migration consultant is coming, for example, you are doing the migration from SAP ECC to SAP HANA, then they will say, okay, we will migrate only open items, right? So then they will ask you to do the clearing. And if the clearing is not happening properly, then you end up accumulating thousands and lakhs of line items without any reason. That is why clearing of open items is very much important. And in today's session, we'll be covering that. Okay. So how we will do? First, what we'll do is we'll understand some transactions which are by design doing the clearing of open items. That is number one, what we will do. So transactions by design, and when we do the transaction, automatically the clearing is happening. Number two, what we will see, that how in a GL account we can set up automatic clearing rules. And we will also touch upon the SAP configuration, that we set up some rule, and then there are certain transactions in SAP, for example, F.13, by which we can run the automatic clearing program, and we can schedule it in background also. So scheduling it in background will help us in running the program on a daily basis without any manual intervention, and we can also check the output after going into the background screen, right? This is the second thing which we'll cover today. And third thing, we'll also talk about some foreign currency balances. So how, when we do the clearing, then the foreign currency gain or loss also gets automatically calculated, and what we have to do in the configuration in order to do that. We have to define the GL accounts in which my foreign exchange gain or loss is going to sit. That is also a part of the SAP configuration. Anybody, any questions so far? Any conceptual understanding? Or if anybody wants to share any industry experience you have on open item management, I'll be happy to hear. Okay, if nobody is speaking, then we'll move on. Now I am going to share my
Hello,
screen.
sir.
Yes, please. Hi.
Good morning, sir.
Hi, good morning.
Sir,
Can you
actually,
switch
I
off your
have one.
camera, please? One person, OnePlus CPS 2491. Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, actually, I have one question.
Hmm.
So, like, basically, when the stock is like, let's say, example, stock is showing 10 number, but system is
Hmm.
showing 8 number, like 8 stock in available in the inventory or stock, but when you count physically it's showing 10. So
Hmm.
like what we do when we like how we handle with the dispensaries, like there is a difference in system and the actual stock.
See, that is a separate topic, Anshika. That is not a topic of open item management. That is a topic of inventory accounting. Okay, and then there are some transactions like MI07 is a transaction code. When we do it, then we can feed the physical inventory, and it will do a comparison against the book inventory, and it will pass the rectification or the differential entry. But that is not a part of open item management. Inventory is never maintained on an open item management. Okay. Examples of GLs which are maintained on open item management are GRIR clearing, prepaid expenses, borrowing, or your loans, right? Or if you have done any short-term investments, because today I have taken a loan. Okay. After 1 month or 1 year, I am going to repay that loan. So that is why there is a settlement process. So today we have given somebody some advance. Tomorrow that person is going to give back that advance, or it will supply me goods against that advance. Then I will do a settlement of that person in a later date. Similarly, prepaid expenses. I have paid some insurance for 1 year, and on a monthly basis, I am amortizing the insurance. So those are the accounts which we maintain on open item basis. This your question is relating to inventory, so we can cover it in another session. And I am also planning to write one article on inventory management in SAP. So once I publish that article, your question will be covered in that article.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. So I'll share my screen now, and I'm going to SAP. So let me know when you are able to see my screen. Are you able to see my SAP screen?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, fine. Okay, so as an
Yes,
example,
yes.
okay, thank you. As an example, we will start with a vendor. Okay, now this is a vendor and this is the company code. Let me check the open items as on date, and I'll explain you the what is the significance of these three radio buttons here. Okay, what I have done, I have come to transaction code FBL1N. Many of you will be aware of it. This is the vendor ledger. Now, when we are running the open items, then it shows me what are the items which are due for settlement. So all the open items, whether it is a vendor, whether it is a customer, whether it is a GL, they are represented by these red colored dots. Okay, so like for example, this entry we'll see RE. So this entry $1,000 is credited to this vendor. So that means we have bought some purchases, purchased some goods or purchased some services for which we have a credit balance available in this vendor. Okay, which we are going to pay to the vendor in future. Okay, so this 1,749, these are the, you can see these are the items which are appearing in the open items of the vendor. Now here I we can see that there is some one item for debit also 3,000. So it is possible that I have done some advance payment to the vendor for 3,000 rupees, and against that I have already received the goods or services, because of which I have credited the vendor. So I can see 3,000 debit and 2 plus 1 3,000 credit, and against this I have maintained in my assignment this unique reference. So this is maintained in the assignment. So in the later part of the session, we will see how we can do the automatic clearing for these line items, and I will also show you the SPRO screen how we maintain the clearing rules. But as of now, I am just explaining you the concept. So these are the unsettled items for 1,749, and it is coming under the red color dot. When we pay these items, then I'll go back and I'll run all items here. So now I am running all items. So here you can see that these items which we saw earlier when we ran the open item, 1749 is coming. But under these green dot means cleared items. So this is some past transaction. So RE means there was some vendor invoice, and KZ is the document type for the payment. So when we booked the vendor invoice, after that we paid the vendor invoice, and when we paid it, then system did the automatic clearing, and you can see the green dot. So when we do the clearing, this green dot, the red dot gets converted into green dot, and these documents are mapped together against the clearing document. So you can see this is the clearing document 15 million and 3. So these two documents 15, this is the bank payment document as well as the clearing document. So this supplier invoice document number 51,000,297 has been paid by this, and if you double click this, and if you independently see, then in this line item you can see it here also, that this is the clearing date and this is the clearing document. So this when we do the supplier payment, either we do from F110 or we do from F-53, the clearing happens automatically when we are passing the entry. So there are some transactions when we are doing those transactions simultaneously, the clearing is happening. So few examples are F-53, F110, or if you talk about customers, then for customers it is F.F-28. When we do the collection, then at the time of collection, system gives me the option to do the clearing. And when I pass that entry, then the clearing also happens and my bank collection also happens. We are going to see one such entry. We will do it ourselves. So I am opening another session. So I'll follow the SAP menu, accounting, financial accounting, accounts payable, and we'll do document entry, and we'll do outgoing payment. This is the outgoing payment screen. So F-53. We are going to do F-53, and like this is the vendor 1730003. We are going to pay any one item. Okay. So for example, this 1,000 rupees. Oh, sorry, $1,000. So I can see this $1,000, and then I can see there are a few debits also. $251 worth debit entries are coming. So let's do one entry in which I'm going to pay this vendor 1,000 minus 251, which comes to $749. So let us pay $749 to this vendor. And now what we will see after we do this entry, then you are seeing these three red dots. These three red dots will get converted into green dots, and it will start coming in the below screen, which we are going to see in a few minutes. Okay, I am filling the document date, posting date. In the reference, I can put the invoice number. So I'll put some test information here. And this is the clearing text which appears in the clearing document number. Then we'll use the same bank account which we used, which earlier also was used, so that there are no errors, because this is a demo environment. So a lot of times we get some errors here. Amount is $749. So dollar is already coming here. And we'll do here test, and we can put profit center also. So here we'll see which profit center is there in the bank account. Okay, profit center is not mentioned here. We'll leave it blank. And now here we will do open item selection. You please concentrate on this screen. So it is asking me to put the account, and you see account type here, it is K. K is for vendors, because this transaction code is designed for vendors only. Okay, so that is why by default the K is coming, and here by default KZ document type is coming. This KZ document type is for my vendor outgoing payments. Now I am going to put the vendor account here. This is the vendor account 173000003. 173000003. Okay, so and when I click on process open items, so what it will do, an entry required in house bank. Okay, fine. We'll do house bank also. Let's see what is the name of this bank. Yes. Oh, there is some tolerance problem is coming here. So this is a test system. So there are a lot of problems which we face, because there are many users who are working on this test system. And sometimes due to certain problems, we face error, which we'll try to fix it now. Please don't do any such markings. It will be a problem. Can you please try to erase this mark? Okay, hopefully this should get fixed. We can try again. And one more thing we can see is which is the house bank. Okay, so we can go to FBZP. FBZP is displaying my house banks. I'll go to house bank. We'll see which is the house bank for this company code. So 1710 house banks. Okay, we have got a lot of house banks here, and we are interested in this GL 11001000. Here it is not defined. Bank 11003000. Okay, let's try this bank. No issues. So what again we are doing? Sorry for the slight delay, because what happened? We got some error of tolerance. We'll continue again. Same house bank. What we'll do is we'll give house bank this USB 02. USB 02, and we'll give the house bank code also here. USB AB, and we'll put the GL account, bank GL account. It's the bank GL account. Amount is 749. You fill the text. Profit center will leave blank. Yeah. So here now I'll click on process open items. Posting are only possible. Oh, this is some other currency. We'll change the house bank here. We'll do US BA1. Can you please mute yourself? If if you have any question, then you unmute. Otherwise, you please keep yourself muted. Okay. So there are some errors coming because this is a demo system. I am not able to do. Okay, sorry. Maybe this GL account is a problem. Yeah, finally we are able to do. Okay, so now one important concept I wanted to explain you there. So when I filled the vendor ledger, now it is calling all the entries which are there, which I can clear. So now what I will do, I am going to do the deselection of the other entries which I don't want to clear. So like I don't want to clear this, I don't want to clear this. I will double click, I will deselect this and this. So these I have deselected, and now these three entries which we were talking about, we are going to clear these entries. So I am selecting this and I'll click on document simulate. So just see the accounting entry system is passing. It is doing main bank account credit and my supplier account is debit. So now we'll go back to FBL1N. So you will see these only two items were coming under cleared items and rest of the items were coming under open items. Now what we are going to do, we are going to post this entry. So now this payment has been posted. You can display, document display, and just note down this document number 12 million. So this is bank account credit and supplier account debit. Now I am going here in FBL1N and I'll go to list, refresh. So now you see how it is doing now. So those items now have moved from the red button to the green button, and those items have been cleared. Right now, only these items remain open in my vendor account. So this is the concept of open item management. And I was telling you that document number 12 million. So you can see here this document number 12 million. It has been mapped against those documents which we just posted. So these three documents we cleared, and this is the payment document we did, right? So this is how we perform the clearing. And in these transactions, the when we do F-53, F110, F-28, then clearing happens simultaneously, which we have seen just now. Okay, so this topic we have covered. Now we will move on to automatic clearing. So I'll show you certain SPRO screens, how we define the automatic clearing. So this is the what you can say SAP configuration. So for viewing SAP configuration, we go to SPRO. We'll go to SAP reference implementation, and here we will do financial accounting. So we go to financial accounting, we'll go to general ledger accounting, and we'll go to business transactions. And here we will go to open item open item clearing. Here it is. Okay, under open item clearing, we'll go to prepare automatic clearing. So this screen, this is a very important screen, and you can also, without doing this SPRO, there is one T code also for this. If I am not forgetting, it is maybe OB74 or something. So what we do, so just look at it very carefully. How we are doing? So we are doing here at chart of account level. So this company code which we are doing, this belongs under this chart of account YCOA. Here we are defining the account type. So account type, what we are trying to do, we are trying to do account type K. K is my vendor, and this is the range I have putting. So I am putting 0 to 999. System gives me the possibility to maintain multiple range wise. So if I want to use certain clearing criteria for my certain set of vendors and other clearing criteria for other set of vendor, system gives me the flexibility. And now here it is listing down the criteria based on which I have to do the clearing. So I have put a criteria of Zuner. So Zuner is my assignment number. So I'll just do go here. I'll just do find ZUONR. These are the technical terms SAP. So assignment. So what does it mean? It means that any vendor, if you find at assignment level, it is becoming zero, you do automatic clearing. Okay. And what we can also do, we if we don't define any rule, still we can do it, because if what now there is no rule. So what it will do, if a vendor has a zero balance, then it will do the clearing, but it will not do any further checking. But if we also define this here, we also give the zone or ZUONR, then it will check if at vendor plus assignment level the balance is becoming zero, then it will do the automatic clearing. Okay. Now we are going to view it live here. What we'll do, we'll go to F.13. So F.13 is an important transaction code for doing automatic clearing. What we'll do here, we'll do company code 1710. So there are numerous possibilities which you can do here. We can put fiscal year. If we put fiscal year blank, it will take documents for all fiscal years. We can put assignment. If we keep it blank, it takes everything. Then we can go here, we can select customers. We need to select one of the options. So either you do customer, or you do vendor, or you do GL. These three possibilities are there. And it's the single transaction code to do this. So I'm going to do select suppliers, and I'm going to put the supplier number. Okay. This supplier number I'm putting here. So you can see that at this assignment 110003, the balance is becoming 0, 3, 1, 3 debit and 2 and 1 credit. I am going to do a test run. So you see here is a test run tab, and then I can also tell the system what should be the clearing date. And what we can do, instead of putting a fixed date, we can also do this date from most recent document. I'll tell you the advantage when this date is useful, date for most recent document. I'll tell you in a while. But as of now, what we'll do, because we are doing the transaction today, we can do this. And let us put the test run here. And now we'll execute. So on execution, you can see it has picked all the items which are there. And these items, it is saying that it's in green. So green means system is finding a possibility to do automatic clearing. And when we do this automatic clearing, system is going to clear these three items that is why it is showing it in green color. This item system is not able to clear, so it is not showing in green color. Now, one important thing, that in any company, these things are not done manually. What we do is, we instead of putting this date, we'll remove this date and we'll do this date from most recent document. And what we will do program execute in background. That is what normally all the companies do. And when we do this execute in background, we'll put an output device, or we can fill here LOCL, and we'll click on tick. Device doesn't exist. Okay, no problem. We'll pick any device from here. Okay, we'll do default. Tick, tick. Yes, now this is one very important screen here. So this is the background job scheduler. So I can click on immediate, or I can click on date and time. What date I want to begin. Normally, I have seen that after the business hours are over, so people have posted the entries for that day. So we can run this job at the night. Maybe we can say 1 p.m. in the night. Okay, 1 a.m. in the night. I'm sorry. So we can put the time here, and it it will start the schedule at 1, and then I'll click this periodic job, and I will go to period value. Okay, and oh, I'm sorry, I have, instead of date, I have put time. So time I have to put in the second tab. Oh, so no, sorry, here, this tab. And second row, I'll keep on blank. And this, I can put tomorrow's date. So it will happen tomorrow. It will start happening from tomorrow. And I'll click on periodic job, and I'll click on period values. And I will click on daily. Okay, and check. Now what system is going to do is, and save this button. What system will do? System will daily run this clearing program, and it will find that if there is any item on which assignment level it is becoming 0, it will do the clearing. So this is the SAP best practice. Now we'll not do it right now because we are going to have this demo now. And what we can do, no need of put supplier also. We can put supplier blank. So system will check all suppliers. Okay. And this scheduling we can do 3 times so that it is easy for us to check the logs. So one scheduling we can do for vendors, one scheduling we can do for customers, and one scheduling we can do for GL accounts. So this is how it will be easy for you to check the logs also. Now what we will do, I want to show you how it is running in the background and how it is running in the foreground. Foreground we have just seen. So what we'll do, we'll remove this test run, okay? And we'll also put the date of today's date. Now you see. So I'm going to execute. So execute. So it will give me one warning message. Yes, execute. It is giving me a warning message that this program run is on a production run, which is okay. And I press enter. So you see, it has done the clearing and it is giving me the document number also here. So like this, I can clear thousands of documents in one go. There is nothing to be done manually. You just run this program, and based on the configuration which you have maintained in SPRO, which I just shown you, on that logic, it will do the clearing. Now, again, we are in FBL1N. I am going to do list refresh. So you see those 3 items have been cleared, and now there is only one open item, right? So this was my automatic clearing, which we did from F.13. There is one more decode, which is F13E, but for this we'll not be having a demo today. I'll just tell you the difference between F.13 and F13E because it's an interview question also. So what happens? Sometimes we do transactions in foreign currency. So when we do the transaction on different dates, so what happens in foreign currency, we have a debit and a credit. At a foreign currency level it is 0, but INR level or your local currency level it is not 0. Then if you do the clearing from F.13, it will not do the clearing because it will say that at INR level the balance is not 0, I cannot do the clearing. In that case we go to F13E. What F13E does, F13E sees at if at foreign currency level the balance is 0, it will do the clearing, and the whatever is the difference between the uh, debit and credit exchange rate, system will do the automatic posting in the foreign currency fluctuation account when we do the clearing from F13E. So F13E is meant for the clearing for foreign currency transactions, while F.13 is meant for the clearing of the local currency transactions. Okay, so any transactions which are giving error due to foreign exchange fluctuation from F.13, we can do from F13E. Okay, now any questions so far? Anybody? Please feel free to speak. Yes.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Sir, all all open item are showing in red color.
Yes, all open items will come in red color. You are right.
And those are cleared, it's showing in green color.
Yes, you are right. It will come in green color.
Sir, I have a question regarding the open item.
Hmm.
If you clear the line item in
Hmm.
red color,
Hmm.
those line are deleted in our system.
No, no, no. Those lines are not deleted. So I'll go to FBL1N. So we'll see FBL1N. So when you are running the open items, so now I can see only one line here. Okay. When we began the session, then there were multiple lines. Okay. But we have done the clearing, we have done the payment. So now there are no more open items. That doesn't mean those line items are deleted. Those line items are coming under all items. And if I click on all items and if I click on execute, you can see those items here and they are tagged against the clearing document. So answer is no. Items are never deleted.
Okay.
Only they move from the open item to cleared items.
Okay.
Okay. I'll show you one very good feature which we have in SAP. So instead of all items, now I am going to click on cleared items. So cleared items will show me only the green items. Okay. And what you can do, you can go to clearing document, just click on this column and click on this subtotal button. Okay. Now it is showing you the each clearing document has cleared which line items in between. Okay. So we have done a subtotal here on clearing document number. So for example, this clearing document, you will remember some time ago, we did a payment to the vendor for $749. So in the $749, these were the three line items which I cleared. And this is how it has mapped this document number as a clearing document number. It has mapped these documents under this clearing document number. And this will stay in SAP forever. It is not going to be deleted.
Okay.
Okay.
Please
Thank you. Thank you for the
elaborate
question.
one question. Please
Yeah.
elaborate the document KZ, RE,
Hmm.
this one.
Hmm.
What is KZ? What is RE?
Okay. So this is a document type. So document type, what happens? Like there are numerous transactions which we do in SAP. Each transaction is clubbed into some document type. And there are a lot of standard document type which you will find across all industries. And these are the examples like KZ. KZ is the document type of vendor payment. So like I will go here, we will do transaction F-53. So when we do F-53, you see here document type is coming by default. So this is a feature by which we can segregate the various documents into various categories. And when anybody wants to go and see my ledger, then from the ledger they can find out, okay, this is a KZ document. That means it is a vendor payment document. Or if it is a DZ document, then it is a customer collection document. Similarly, if it is a RE document, it is a posting of MIRO or vendor invoice booking through a purchase order. So when we do these posting, there are numerous transaction codes in SAP. So all those transaction code, there is a document type in the backend which is being captured automatically. And this document type will define the number range also, that what is going to be the document number. When in the SAP settings, against each document type, we can do the number range maintenance. And if you go to any T code, you do a drop down, you will see the description of these document types. Like if you go to KZ, so these are all the document types which we have. Now KZ, you see here KZ, this is vendor payment. KR, it's vendor invoice. So when we do FB60, then automatically vendor invoice is coming. Then there is DZ, customer payment. When we do F-28, now what I'm going to do, I'll go back. I'll do F-28. So you will see F-28 by default DZ is coming, because DZ is the default document type for vendor outgoing payment. These are standard SAP. There are many people also can create their own, but normal what I have seen across industries, that AF document type is used for posting the depreciation. Okay, then we'll go to SA. You will see SA here. SA is used for any journal entry. So you see here SA. So we do a journal entry. So if we do this T code slash and FB50, then in FB50 is the T code to do the journal entry. So here you will see the document type by default, it is coming SA. So document type plays this role. It segregates the document into various categories, and it also defines the number range. Okay.
Morning, sir.
Hi, good morning.
Morning, sir. I'm asking about what is the T code for making clearing up all the documents, and what is the T code to show the document which is clear or not clear. Want to know the T code once again, please.
Customer or vendor?
Both.
So for vendor, we have FBL1N. I'll write in capital letters so you can see FBL1N. Okay. And for customer, it
Yes.
is FBL5N. Okay. FBL5N is for
Okay.
customer. FBL1N is for vendor.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And for your learning, what we can
GRIR
do?
clearing?
Yeah. Tell me.
For GRIR clearing.
We are just going into GRIR clearing now. After your doubts are
Okay.
over, we'll go into GRIR clearing.
So
That's
this
my next
T
topic.
code is showing the line item.
Yes.
Yes. BL1N is cost is vendor line item.
Yes. Yes.
BL5N is custom.
Customer line item. Correct.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir, one more doubt.
Okay.
Yeah. Tell me.
Sir, what is house bank and like what other type of banks in SAP? Like after payment amount less, where go, which bank? Can you please explain this process?
Yes. So when like one company can have multiple bank accounts, so it creates a house bank. And against house bank, there are a lot of steps. So it is a payment program. Maybe like in today's session, I'll not be able to cover much. But for your, otherwise, we'll leave behind this GRIR clearing topic. I'll give you very brief, very quickly. FBZP is the T code. So this is the entire configuration of the payment program. So in this, we define the payment program, payment company codes. Then we also define the payment method. Okay. And then we assign the payment method to company code. And in the bank determination, we define the house banks. So again, any company. So here, what we do. So house bank, basically each bank account, each separate bank account is created as a house bank. And when we do the banking transactions, then banking transactions like uploading the bank statement, doing the bank reconciliation, which the T code is there, FEBAN, FEBAN, all these things, they work on house banks. Okay. Then there are T code like F110, F110, it selects the house bank based on the ranking order, which we define in the SPRO settings. Okay. So, and then if you see here, house banks, you click this, then you will see against each bank account which the company has, it maintains all the details here. So you can click here, house banks, and you can see here there is a bank key created, and at this combination we define what is the house bank. So house bank means whichever bank I have. Then what is my bank account number? Bank account number with the banks with this bank is giving me. And what is the name of the bank? Then what is the SWIFT code? What is the IBAN? And then here I define the GL account. Under, if I do the entry using this house bank, the GL account automatically entry will go in this GL account. So this is used in F110. So because in F110, I do not define the bank GL, I define the house bank. You can do your self-study on house banks. If you have SAP access, just try to do this FBZP, and then you can connect with us for any further questions.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So, okay, thank you. This I'm happy that the session is interactive. So people are asking questions. Now let's move on to GRIR clearing. Now what I will do, FBL 1N we saw, it is for vendors. FBL 5N we saw, it is for customers. Now let's come to GL account. So we'll go to FAGLL03. FAGLL03 is displaying my bank account. So I'm going here and I'll put some one GL account for GRIR clearing. So this is the company code, and we can put this GL 21121234. Okay. And we'll run the open items. Oh, sorry, 21120000. Execute. Okay, there are a lot of entries here. So this is the GRIR clearing account. GRIR clearing account, what happens when we purchase the goods, then there is an entry, inventory account debit, GRIR clearing account credit. And then when we do the supplier invoicing, then entry is happening, GRIR clearing account debit, vendor account credit. And these are the document types which we were discussing. RE is the document type for your supplier invoice, and WE is the document type of GRN. Now, what you see here is assignment. So assignment, you see, it has been automatically updated. Now, I'll touch upon here. This is one very important concept which I'm going to show you from a GL master data. So which is FS00. We'll go to FS00. And we are going to find out the properties of this GL account, 21120000. Okay, so I'm going to show you two important properties. So this is a GL account, GRIR. Okay, you can see it's a balance sheet account. Now we go to control data. So control data, there is one box called open item management. So unless we tick this box, this GL account will not be under open item management. Okay, so this, as a SAP consultant, you must carefully assign this tick in the GRIR or any other GL account which you think for in a future date it is going to be cleared or settled. Second important tab is this sort key. This is highly important. So what happened? This sort key, if you read, I'll do function F1 here, sort key. So this is a very important feature in SAP. So what it will do, indicates the layout rule for allocation of the document. So the, like this, you see the purchase order. So there are a lot of other sort keys also available. So in these sort keys, I'll go down and I'll remove this restriction 500. So a lot of sort keys is there, out of which in this GL, there is the sort key of purchase order. What does it mean? It means that when I am saving the entry, system is going to update the purchase order number in the assignment field. Similarly, instead of purchase order, if I put anything else, then in the assignment field, system is going to automatically fill it when I'm posting the document. That is the feature of the sort key. So as we have seen in the configuration, that the clearing happens based on assignment number. So assignment number is very important. So here you see assignment number is automatically updated because of the sort key. In this GL account, we have sort key of purchase order. Now what we'll do is, this is the GRIR clearing account. We'll again go to F.13. We'll fill the company code. Now we are not going to select supplier. I am going to click on select GL account and I am going to put this GL account here, 211000. Okay. So I'm sorry, we have to put it here. 21121234. This by mistake it is coming here. Okay, so this is the GL account and I'm going to click this GRIR account special processing and I'm going to run this decode. Now it is running and it is trying to find out which documents it can clear. Those documents it will show under green color. So you can see all these items are becoming zero at the assignment level. So it is doing the clearing. So once I remove this test run tick, I'll remove this test run, it is going to do the clearing. So this is the concept of GRIR clearing. So we have seen that system is doing, and now what I have told you earlier, we can schedule these transactions every day. So just imagine every day, whatever GR happens, if suppose after 5 days the invoice happens, automatically the purchase order number will be updated in the assignment field. And when we do the clearing, system is going to do, you see, hundreds of items it has found in green color. And I execute it within 2 minutes time, it is going to perform thousands of clearings. That is the beauty of this transaction. And these items which it is not able to clear, subsequently, when the entry is booked, it will become zero at assignment level. Then when in my daily scheduler, I schedule this and then system will do the clearing. Now, this session is about to end very quickly. I am going to show you one more example. We'll talk about borrowings. 14102000. This is my borrowing account. Yeah. So here you see, I have done one borrowing. That borrowing I have done for $1 lakh, and I have done a repayment of 50,000 and 50,000. Then I did a second borrowing. I'll do one thing. I'll go to assignment. I'll do subtotal. So you see that borrowing number 1 is 0 and borrowing number 2 is 35,000 is still left. And that is why my closing balance is 35,000. Now, rather than seeing this borrowing as an open item, all 5 items as open item, what I can do, because this has already been made 0, I can clear it. So clearing can happen automatically from F.13, or I can do it manually also. So for doing a manual clearing of a GL account, I have a T code F-03. I'll go to F-03. I'm going to put this GL account here. And if I don't do any additional selection, I click on process open item, it will show me all 5 items. But there is another better way to do. So we'll do it again. We'll go to F-03. We'll put this GL account and we'll use this additional selection. So I'll go to others. I'll click enter. And okay, there is assignment also, it will be there. Yes, here it is. So you see here assignment. So I'll click on assignment, I'll click on tick, and I will fill this assignment here, because when I did the borrowing, I filled their borrowing one. When I did the repayment, I also filled borrowing one. So at assignment borrowing one, the balance is 0. I'll click this, I'll click on process open items. And here you see it is selecting only those three. It didn't bring the other items because I used the further selection criteria. I'll click on document, I'll click on simulate, and I'll save it. Post. It has done the clearing. Now, when I go and see, then I'll go back. I'll see the open items. Open items, only 2 line items will come, which are outstanding. And when I go back, I'll click on all items. And now I will see my cleared items as well. So this is the borrowing cleared items. So thank you, everybody. We have reached the end of the session. So Anuradha, you can stop the recording. Okay.
Yes.
And